Have you ever sat back and thought to yourself, how did the Blood Elves join the Horde? How did this race of pretty elves join the heavy metal, ugly, and villainous Horde? Well, I'm here to tell you why. But first, we need a bit of context. The Cinderai, the Thalassian name for the Blood Elves, are the remnants of the High Elves that got genocided by Arthas in Warcraft 3, along with the Sunwell, which gave life and magic to all the High Elves. The Sunwell was then corrupted and lost, all of its power being used to resurrect Kel'Thuzad the Lich. With its loss came magic addiction. Without the Sunwell feeding the elves, we noticed that they turned to any substitute in order to sate their hunger. Mana worms, mana gems, and even fel were all different ways that they did so. Those who could not sate their hunger succumbed to their addiction, becoming the Withered, a hopeless being who's only driven for their eternal mana hunger. With these odds stacked against them, and being almost entirely eradicated by the former Prince of Lordaeron, we see that the Blood Elves barely clung to life to their prince, Kael'thas Sunstrider, who attempted to find ways to save his people and keep their magic addiction at bay. In Warcraft 3, the Blood Elves had their first scuffle against the Alliance as well, led by Othmar Garithos. Garithos betrayed Kael'thas and left them to their own fate, leaving a sour taste in the mouths of the elves. By the time the Burning Crusade rolls around, you technically are not part of the Horde yet, and they are still dealing with many threats. As we go to the Ghostlands, there was an unlikely ally that was to help them, the Undead Forsaken, and we see this partnership flourish in the town of Tranquillion. The elves and the Forsaken fighting back against the undead Scourge. For the Scourge had made them both lose the lives of their family and their people as a whole. It is then through the connection of Sylvanas Windrunner, the former Ranger General of Silvermoon herself, that an alliance is formed between them. Sylvanas' connection, being once a living High Elf, brought the Blood Elves into the Horde. We also see that the Alliance sent spies through the dwarf Prospector Anvilward, who you are sent to mercilessly slay after they find out that he is spying on you. They also have Darnassian spies, Night Elves, who surround the West Sanctum in Eversong. Even in the very Ghostlands themselves, the Night Elves have base camps to spy. They brought sentinels, even a ship. This further only pinned the Blood Elves into a corner, and I believe enticed them to join the Horde. And also because Blizzard wanted to put a pretty race in the game. But Raph, you say, they still don't fit in my Horde. Well, dear viewer, I beg to differ. You see, the story is not the only reason why the Blood Elves fit the Horde. If we remember during the time of TBC, the Blood Elves were actually quite evil. The Paladins, the reason why they're able to be Paladins in the first place, they're Blood Knights. They kept Inaru kidnapped in the basement, a being of light, siphoning its energy out of it and using its power as their own. May I also show you the leper gnome slaves that they have? Or perhaps the fact that they're ingesting demonic energy in order to keep their addiction at bay. Even at the very front gates of Silvermoon, we see sometimes a citizen NPC being harassed by guards and an arcane golem, for they were literally detained for saying something against Kael'thas. When you walk through the city streets, those same arcane golems even spout propaganda touting their savior as Kael'thas Sunstrider, which then, when Kael'thas was deposed and Lor'themar being the sole leader, then spoke that Lor'themar was the savior of the Blood Elves. Even when there is a rally, a protest in the bazaar in Silvermoon City, we see that two elves cause an uproar and are protesting against the use of magic in their society. And when this happens, a magister appears and they mind control them, forcing them to say good things about the use of magic and even wiping their memory fully clean afterwards. If this does not remind you of a certain state in history, I don't know what does. But these are just some of the reasons as to why the Blood Elves are a part of the Horde, and I hope it made you think. Thank you for watching, and please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you liked this video. And if you want me to make more, be sure to let me know and I'll make another. You guys take it easy. Raph out.